Hey y'all. Okay, so today is Wednesday. It's what the what. Yep, today's what the what. So we're going to touch on some of the most bizarre news you would ever imagine. I mean, some of the stuff I was just like, what? Yeah. So anyway, okay. So first off, we're going to talk about something that happened right here in our little town. Yeah, well, it appears that this gentleman lost his wife, and he's just so devastated that he visits her grave just about every day. Well, one day he drove out to the cemetery to visit his wife's grave, and just like everybody else, we live way out here in the country. You do not have to lock your cars, especially when you're at the cemetery. Yeah, so he just left his phone, his wallet, everything in the car and got out, and he's kneeling down talking to his wife. Well, next thing he knows, somebody stole his car. Yeah, somebody stole his car. Well, not only did they steal his car, but everything in it. They took that car for a joyride and ended up, when the guy went across to a business and called 911, the police started a high-speed chase. Needless to say, the guy ran. I mean, he was hauling butt trying to get out of town and ended up driving to the rodeo arena. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you've ever been to a rodeo, but out here in the country, the rodeo arena, it goes in one gate and you come out the gate just a few, 200, 300, 400 yards on the opposite side of where you came in. There is no other exit. It's right there, this in the front off the road. So this guy took off driving like a bat out of hell. Anyway, he gets in there and realizes that he doesn't have a way out. So what does he do? He gets out of the car after he wrecked it and ruined it and takes off running. Well, I couldn't find him. Had all the police out there, state troopers, city police, and they had a drone. Yeah, we got drones out here. They had a drone out there. They issued on the scanner for people to beware, because there is a possibly armed and dangerous suspect on foot. So everybody's looking for him. Well, anyway, he got caught eventually after he stole another car from the Family Dollar, the only dollar store we got in this town. So, living out here in the country, we still get some crazies. And yeah, it happens. We get stolen vehicles and, well, some other crazy stuff. So, the next topic, I was floored. You know, I play video games. I'm not a avid, everyday, 24/7 video gamer, but I like to play video games. I mean, hey, I had 3 kids, 3 grandkids. I play video games. This kid in Louisiana goes to a game store, and I guess it's a used game. It could be a new game. You never know nowadays. But anyway, he bought Grand Theft Auto 5, the newest one. He was all excited to play it. Got home, took the protective packaging off the game, opened the game up to get the DVD out, and found a little bag of meth. Yeah. The kid found a bag of meth, told his mom. She freaks out, calls the police. They go to the game store. They don't know what happened or where it came from. But anyway, needless to say, here's my question. What were you thinking? Putting meth in a game, a video game? unless you were going to buy that game, or your buddy was going to buy the game, and that little boy ended up getting it before your buddy got there. So if you were the one to put it in there, shame on you. But kudos to the young man that got that game and called his mama, and his mama called the police. Hats off to you. You did the right thing. All right, so out in Mississippi, oh my gosh, this guy gets pulled over for drunk driving. The cop gets him out, does sobriety test. Well, apparently this man says that he's immune to getting arrested. Really? You're immune to getting arrested? Dude, nobody's immune to getting arrested. You break the law, you break the law. That's just how it is. You drunk, you're driving, you get pulled over, you're going to jail. Bottom line, enough said. Okay, so there is out here about 3 years ago, this young man disappeared. He was 18. And he had gone to work, but he didn't come home. So his mother was concerned and called his cell phone, but he didn't answer it. So she checked with the guy that her son was working for, and he said, I don't know where he was. Well, come to find out, this guy that this young kid was working for is not only a criminal that should have never been out of prison to begin with, but this guy is a total nutso, sicko. Come to find out, now that he is under investigation, he was arrested and is now in jail for having guns because he ain't supposed to have guns. But they found them in his house. And then the truth started coming out about this guy. Oh yeah. Come to find out, this guy is a sick son of a bitch. This guy molested boys. Oh yeah. This one boy that was molested when he was 13 years old is now 32 years old. And he was scared to death because this guy told him, if you ever say anything, I will get my gun and I will shoot you. And then I'll dispose of your body and nobody will ever know. So, now everybody's coming forth. And all I got to say is, hey, you sicko, I hope you spend the rest of your life behind bars. And for all you guys that came forth about being molested by this pervert, the sicko, hats off to you. And I know it took a lot of guts to come forth and tell the police your story. But you know what? You got it off your chest. And now you can move on in your life. You can move on knowing that now you've told somebody and this sick son of a bitch is off the streets. So hats off to you guys. We're proud of you. All right, now, let me just say this. Y'all are wondering, my hair, I said we were going to touch on this, but I'm roughing it today because I'm going to work at 2 o'clock and I have to cut this short. But I'm doing my hair and I have no makeup on, so this is it. And remember in the last one, the Trash Talking Tuesday, I said, this is me, the real me. Well, this is me, the real me. So, I just thrown that out there so y'all will know. It looks a little rough. And it's alright, because it'll look better tomorrow, I promise. So, and then, in the exciting news for gamers, as myself, the Nintendo has now came out with a new mini Nintendo NES system. This game system comes with one controller, just one. But that's okay, because I'll buy another one. And it comes with 30 preloaded games. Oh, yeah. And one of those games, actually some of those games on there, I enjoy playing. When that system first came out, the big console, game console. Yeah, this one's a little one. The one that came out before was pretty big. And I love playing Mario Brothers. I love playing Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. And I love playing me some Zelda. And Zelda's on there, guys. The preloaded game of Zelda is on there. And oh, I said to my son, hey, you know, your father and I played this game when it first came out. And we even drew a map, so we know where all the jewels and all the goodies were at, where to go, which village to go to, what to find, coins, etc., etc. And my son said, I still have that book, Mom. I said, you do? And he said, yeah. Well, sadly, very sadly, my son's father and I divorced when he was young. But we stayed friends because of our son. And just last year, September the 11th, his father passed away from hepatitis B complications. And he went through and he found that book and he said, I still have it, Mom. And I said, you know what? We're going to buy that NES Micro, the little mini Nintendo system. And we're going to get that book and we're going to play it, you and I. And we're going to videotape it so we'll have a memory just like when your father and I played it. Okay, so if y'all have not been watching America's Got Talent, of course I don't until it's down at the finals, you know. I mean, hey. Well, anyway, so the one that last night that I seen was Katie Lynn. That little girl, she's young. I think she's 12. Wow. Excuse me, she can belt it out. She's really good. And then the Jenna Brown. Oh my gosh. She sounded so good. I was really, really, really excited to, hear her. She's 14, but she didn't get the response that she was expecting from the audience. And when I went on Twitter to see how many votes she got, she didn't have that many. But the two that got a lot of votes, I am excited. I loved this one group. It's called Lincoln Bridge. These 4 guys they grew up in hard times and they just wanted to do something with their life. So they started singing together. And man, when I tell you, they will put goosebumps on your arms. Oh yeah, I got chills. They sang when I was 7 years old. And man, when I tell you, whoo, I was like, my jaw dropped. These guys were amazing. So, if you don't watch it, watch it. If you do, you know what I'm talking about. Vote for Lincoln Bridge. Oh yeah, they're awesome. Okay, and then another great guy that I really, really liked was Brian Justin Crum. This guy is amazing, and he is a cutie, girls. Woo! Yeah, he was awesome. Off the charts awesome. I mean, he put his best efforts into going on to win the $1 million, and he is being very successful every time. So, Brian Justin Crum, vote for him. Now, another one that I thought was really cool was Sophie Dosey. Now, I know that these people are going for the $1 million, and I'm sorry. She is a contortionist, and she does some amazing things with her body that, oh my gosh. But unfortunately, I just don't see her being a $1 million act in Vegas. No, I don't see it. But she rocked it last night. I mean, she put it out there. It was pretty scary. And then, sorry y'all, I got to look down here because I got it pulled up. Then these guys, the passing zone, oh, it was hilarious. Simon Cowell was part of their act. Whoo! When I tell you, you guys have got to go on YouTube. You've got to look up America's Got Talent, The Passing Zone. You have to watch them. Simon Cowell was freaking out. He was scared for his life. It was funny because that guy has an attitude, but this time his attitude was not even there. He was scared to death. I mean, come on. When you've got flames throwing across your face, yeah, it scared him. And, you know, this guy, I'm looking at his picture. This guy named Victor Key, not somebody I would want to go see in Hollywood. Nobody I would want to see in Vegas. I would not pay money to go see it. Sorry. But they're pretty good. Now, these kids, oh my gosh. These two kids, they're brother and sister. Caden Bart Rocket. He's a magician, and his sister helps. Let me tell you what. This kid is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Could not believe what he did. I mean, I was floored. And then one that a lot of people are voting for, not so much me, but I'll tell you, it's pretty crazy the way that they did it. But last night, the clairvoyants were, you know, doing their magic act, as you would say. Well, let me tell you what I seen last night, man, that looks like some hoodoo voodoo, some wizardry, something. But, I mean, come on. When you're talking about a book that you found and then you're doing all this stuff, no. I mean, I guess it's all part of the act, but, I mean, don't get me wrong. What they did was pretty freaking amazing, because how can a woman know what Mel B wrote on a piece of paper? Yeah. How does she know? She didn't see it. Nobody's seen it. So, I don't know. But anyway, so the ones to look for. The one you want to look for. Okay. Joe. You want to look for this guy named Joe Dornbos. He is a football player. But oh my gosh, he is amazing. The other one that this is who I want to win. My AGT $1 million act, this is who I hope wins it. Because he has everything going for him. And yes, people would pay to go and see him every time he is performing. Sal Valentini. This guy... Oh, Sal Valentinetti. Sorry, Sal. Sal Valentinetti. This guy sings some Dean Martin. I mean, his voice, oh, just amazing. You guys go, while you're on YouTube checking out my channel, oh my gosh, go up there in the search box and put AGT Sal Valentinetti. Yeah, this guy, you don't even have to spell his last name, just put Sal. Oh, you'll be mesmerized by this man's voice. Such a great, gifted guy. I mean, man, what a talent he has. So, Anyway, so enough on that. And then I wanted to, I know it's what the what, but I wanted to touch on something that I did today. And here in this little small community, we do have a lot of disabled veterans, elderlies, and then just people who were, disabled due to health reasons or, in an accident, whatever the reason may be. And in our little town, we have a program to help these people so that at least they get fed once a day for free. Oh yeah, for free. Excuse me. It's called Meals on Wheels, and we do this every day. And they get a lunch. They get a nice lunch. They get a meat, a vegetable. Well, actually, they get a meat and 2 vegetables. And then they get a roll. They get dessert, and they get a 2% low-fat milk. Yeah, that's a pretty nice lunch in case they can't make lunch. They don't have the means to make it, or they don't have somebody there to do it for them, which is very sad, but some of them are. So today, I volunteered, and I have been doing this for probably 3 years, 4 years maybe. And it is so gratifying. I mean, these people love. So I've been volunteering now for about 3, maybe 4 years doing this. And on this route that I deliver on Wednesday mornings, there is I won't say she's elderly, but there's a woman on there who is blind. But she has her home set up where she can feel the when you ring the doorbell to let her know that you're there. She has a buzzer that buzzes in the chair that she sits in, so she knows that you're there. So she takes some time to come to the door. Well, anyway, she's the sweetest thing. And every time I go, I drop off and I tell them thank you so much. And I tell them you're very welcome. You have a wonderful rest of the day and God bless you. And they say thank you. That means a lot. Well, today, the young lady that is blind apparently had an incident that happened with her at her home. And her family decided that it would be best to put her in an assisted living. They didn't want to take away from her independence that she had living there by herself. But they put her in an assisted living facility, which is only 35 minutes from where we live. But it broke my heart when I looked on my list of people to deliver to today and she wasn't on there. So I hope and pray that she will get all the help that she needs and that everything will be fine for her. And then another individual that we deliver to, there's several, but another sweet, sweet lady. About 2 months ago, she had fallen and hurt herself. So her daughter came and she had to stay in the hospital for observation. And when she was released, her daughter took her mom home with her to watch after her so she could recover. Well, today she was at home. She was on the list. And she was sitting in her garage in her little her little folding chair, and she had her little basket. And when I got out and I went up there, she was just so excited to see me and so excited to have us stop by and bring her lunch. And she is such an enjoy. And I always ask her, how are you doing today? And she says, I'm doing great. And that right there makes me happy to know that they're excited to see me come, but they want to talk, and I understand. So that was another joy. But my favorite of all time today was a young lady who is wheelchair bound. And she has a dog that is there to help her, a service dog. And her little dog, I say little, it's not little, but this dog, ooh, sorry guys, I'm sweating, my hair on my neck. It's humid Texas heat. Anyway, this dog, her name is Susie, and I could hear her when I rang the doorbell. She was barking. And the door, the screen door, storm door, was open. And I never open that door. I always wait for the lady to come to the door, and then I'll open it and hand her her mail. So when I opened the door, her dog was so excited and was wagging her tail. And I'll tell you what, every time, I love animals. I really do. And every time I see that dog, I just want to take her home. But I always spend time with that lady and her dog. And she's the last one on my route. So I spend an extra minute or two than I normally do with her and her dog. So all of you out there, just know, satisfaction of me doing this volunteer work is beyond what I could ever imagine. And the fact is, some of these people, I'm the only friendly person that they see on a daily basis. And that's sad. So if you live in a community, whether it be in a big city or whether it be in a small little rural town like this where I live, do some volunteer work. These people just want somebody to talk to, somebody to share their stories with. It's worth sitting, it's worth the drive. You learn a lot of history, but you make them so incredibly happy. And that right there in itself is more than words could ever say. So, with that being said, I want you all to know, a big Texas thank you for following me. And tomorrow is Trending Thursday. OMG. You girls and guys are not going to believe what I have to tell you about tomorrow. Oh, we've got new makeup, hair like flat irons, curling wands. Oh, yeah. And, I mean, let me tell you, it's some great stuff. You don't want to miss it. So, as I always say, a big Texas thank you. And remember, at my house, you don't need an invitation. You just kick off your boots and come right in. I'll even pour you up a big tall glass of sweet iced tea. Thank y'all, and God bless.